Shanta, hi guys, I'm Judy and today I'm going to be watching Tomo-chan is a Girl Season 1 Episode 4. So I actually edited Episode 3 yesterday and so it's pretty fresh in my mind. And as I was editing, I suddenly was wondering, I don't know if this is true at all, but I was wondering if June maybe knows more than he lets on. That maybe he knows, I don't know if it makes any sense, but he knows that Tomo is attracted to him, but he just doesn't, like, it's still the same premise of him not wanting things to change. I'll tell you why I thought this, because at some point when, like in episode 3, it was kind of the first time that we got to hear things from his point of view, kind of with his guard down a little bit when he was talking to Misaki, and he told him like, oh, like Tomo is incredible and I want to be like her, and at this rate, something like that. So it made me think like maybe he doesn't think he's good enough for her or something like that, or something. I don't know. The thing is that I'm just not sure how much of it is conscious and how much of it is subconscious about his reactions, like. Cause it made me think back to the start of the show where, Tomo confessed to him, and I mean, how thick do you need to be to not understand what she's saying? So on the one hand, it could be that he's just that thick, or like intentionally thick so that like he doesn't want to deal with it. But could be that he did get it and he was just like pretending that he didn't get it because he didn't know how to, because there's a part of him that definitely doesn't know how to deal with this. But there's another part that I think might be aware. Like, I mean, it's a question of how much he's aware, because we also know, like, we got these little hints about like Gundo saying that he didn't talk, like he was ignoring Tomo for the first year of middle school. And I mean, they weren't together in elementary school, and then they got back together to be together in the same school in middle school. So maybe there was something there that shifted for him, and he didn't know how to deal with that, so he just ignored her. So I'm thinking that maybe there's something more deliberate going on there, but I could be totally wrong. I don't know, but I found myself being suspicious, being like, and like last episode, he told Misaki not to tell Tomo anything that he told him, and he seems like very, very on guard about that, like very on edge about that. And there was the whole thing about Tomo saying that he couldn't make any friends because he frightened everyone away, but that could be because he didn't want anyone to get close to Tomo, possibly, like, which is exactly what he did with Misaki as well. So I'm just like, I'm not sure. I don't know yet. I could be totally wrong, and it could be that he's just like, I still think it's kind of the same deal. It's just a question of whether he knows or he doesn't know, or like, how much in denial he is and how much he's just pretending, Could be though that he's just oblivious and in denial to the point that he doesn't even realize. But I don't know. I don't know. Like, last episode made me question that. Anyway, yeah, I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry. Let's get into this episode. I don't know if it will corroborate or just make me question even more. Let's get into it. We'll see. Check out my Patreon for full reactions. Subscribe. Let's go. The reason for her smile? Tomo's or someone else's? We haven't seen you in a while, I think, from the first episode. He gave you his umbrella. Or you stole his umbrella, more like. She smiles in a creepy way, though. Oh, please. Oh, what are you doing? Don't be stupid about it. Don't be annoying. R2? What did Carol do? Why are you just walking around with that? Fill it up. Why can't you do it yourself? Why? She doesn't want to smile! Leave her alone! Wow, okay. She loves being cruel and mean, you get that? That's what makes her smile.
頭の中ではきっと全く見当違いなことを延々と考えているの。本当に愉快な男だわ。あ、笑った。仲良くなったらタイミング見て肩組んでみたりとか。けど、私がそういうことすると仲良かったやつがみんなよそよそしくなる。
Maybe you're doing it too strongly or something.
その人たちも気の毒だわ。生まれた時からの付き合いらしいわ。覚えてないけど。私らもそろそろさ、そういうのあってもいい時期だと思う。
Gundo's mom looked interesting.
ギューってしたいんでしょ？え？ミスズだな。
Yeah, you found like Carol is actually a good candidate for that.
細くて、ふわふわで、いい匂いで、これが上司。
What? Okay. I don't know words for this experience.
私、やっぱ女じゃねえかも。落ち着きなさい。
Please. All sorts. There are all sorts.
三船もなかなか女っぽいな。おお。父ちゃん、一緒にやろうよ。父ちゃんおはよう。お、
What?
おはよう。やっぱまだ怒ってんな。いつもと変わらないと思うけど。
Mad at what? That you
お前もミスズの友達なら
want to hug her, that you don't want to hug her.
なんとなくオーラが違う。そんな感じだ。
Yeah.
全然わかんない。私かもしれない。
What?
ごめんなさい。私ね、嬉しくなるといつも失敗しちゃうの。
Because you were getting too close to Tomo?
あの子を困らせて気を引こうとしてる。誰かさんだもの。子供みたいだね、その人。そうね。ごめんなさい。少しなら付き合ってあげてもいいわよ。
Okay.
マジで？
Yeah, she was jealous.
私ら親友じゃねえか。思いのほか不愉快だわ。このまま締め落としてやろうか。なんであなた純一郎に抱きついたりしないの？あっちはあなたを意識せずに無駄にベタベタとくっついてくるんだから。
That's true.
あなたから抱きついたって全く問題ないじゃない。は？
You're annoyed by those touches because you don't want it to be so casual. So I don't know if that's really the right approach there. It's just gonna convince him that it's fine. Maybe. Seriously, dude, that's a little hypocritical of you. Exactly. Oh, you deserve that punch so much. June has problems. How did we get to that? Because she's so obsessed with Tomo that, that Carol wants that attention to herself? What? Where are we? What are you doing here? What is wrong with you? Oh, I wanted to see more of the mom. What is that? Does it now? Why? Yeah, why does it sound like that? You're the only one eating. Wow. Wow.
を見られないってどういうことだい？私が足止めしちまったんだ。
オッケー。
What kind of marriage is that? What the fuck?
久々だから倒れたね。
Oh my god.
女にデレデレする男ってのはかっこ悪いのか？
そりゃかっこ悪いだろ。
But not after, I don't know how many years that they've been together. Yeah, it's weird.
けどいざという時は母ちゃんのこと守ってくれんだ。真っ先に駆けつけたらしいぜ。
What kind of childhood is this?
そうか。
Okay, I don't know.
ね、2人で食べてる。そうかなと思ってたけど、やっぱりそうだ。
You're seriously talking about that?
お前と二人だと落ち着くな。
落ち着くことあるか。
Okay, I don't know. I don't feel like Juno is very aware of anything. So did Kara want...
一応友人ということになってます。
Yeah, her... And,
ありがとう。キャロルのことよろしくね。キャロルは僕にとってとても大事な存在でね。例えるならそうだな。
a sister?
大切な妹みたいな。こういうこと言うんだよ。なるほど。手ご
I don't know if like you don't hear each other talking about each other.
友とはまた違うけど、あなたも女だと思われてない。
Yeah, exactly. I knew that there were parallels between them.
タンタタンタンタタタタタンタンタンタタタタタンタンタンタンタンタンタンタタン。ただいま。もういいかしら。もういいよ。
What the fuck was that?
小川が男に言い寄られてる？そうみたいなんだ。
You don't like him?
真面目に付き合う気もないのに、いろんな女の子に声かけまくってて、断った子が後でいろいろ嫌がらせされたって話もあって。
Yeah, sounds unpleasant.
私に任せろ。やっぱ失敗だったかな。
つか女？
女だったらなんすか？
ああ、でっか。
You're at Ice High School? A student?
こいつ何本おる？何本ってなんだし。頼むから穏便に。
手軽そうだったからちょっと遊んであげようと思っただけなのにさ。
Okay.
手加減はしてやる。
はあ？何言ってんだ。
Hopefully that taught him a lesson.
我慢できなかった。
She can handle herself though.
大丈夫だ。
There is that side to her, that's for sure.
女一人相手に男5人ってマジかよ。
覚えてるよ、穴かけのデカ女。確かに。
Is that June?
相沢つったか。思い知らせ。
Well, I guess he's doing what her dad did for her mom.
やんのか。
He's not gonna tell her.
みんな傷だらけだったし。
Who could have done that?
ね、お前はなんで怪我してんの？
転んだ。
よく転ぶよな。
ほっとけ。
骨を折られ。
So he's been protecting her for a while. Looks so disgusting. The show, like some of the depictions here are like so I don't even know what to make of them. Like they're so extra. But the show is kind of extra too, so it kind of works in some way. But on the other hand, I'm like, okay, like for instance, her appearance. Like what kind of model, what kind of romantic model are we looking up to exactly? It kind of reminds me, funnily enough, of Sakura and Sasuke. Only the other way around. And even the other way around, it's as stupid as it gets. I mean, I'm sorry. When you're married to someone for I don't know how many years and you still can't look at them in the face, that's a problem. I don't think that's romantic. That's just weird. Okay? I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, what about, I don't know, communication and stuff like that? Okay, I mean, I hope that we're not looking up to that as some kind of like a role model. I mean, June doesn't seem that way, but then possibly he's not that way because he doesn't he doesn't admit to himself that he feels anything. So hopefully, though, yeah, I mean, please. I mean, sure, I get the depiction to some degrees is like, you know, this gruff kind of person, like gruff man who can't really show his emotions. And he's all spooked and stuff. Not really. But he's like, you know, I mean, he gets flustered because he doesn't show his emotions very well. But like, I mean, if you can't do that with the one person that you married, then I mean, honestly, what are you doing? Like, I mean, what kind of marriage is that? Like, because it's like, you know, she's saying that it's as though they've been separated for years or something, because he never does anything outside the dojo. So it's like he barely sees her. So I mean, is that your ideal relationship right there? What? I mean, it's like depicted as though it's cute or something, and I mean, really though, you feel like you don't see your husband ever, to the point that he gets flustered every time you come near him? I mean, I'm sorry, that's not, so anyway, I hope that we're not gonna, you know, emulate that too much. As far as Jun's concerned and everything that I said before I started watching the episode, I don't know. I mean, it could be that he's somewhat aware, but for the most part, he's like, he doesn't let himself at the very least be aware, because like I said, like, I think it's mostly him not being able to, you know, deal with it. So he's just like, no. Maybe. So far as it seems, for what I've seen so far. So we have, again, the parallels between, you know, Jun and Tomo and Carol and Misaki have been kind of brought up again and more clearly. And yes, I mean, yes, that's what I thought the case was. But it's a little different, but also, I mean, yeah, it's different, but also the same, because they, you know, the boys treat the girls kind of casually because they don't see them that way. I mean, Jun hasn't actually said that Tomo is like a sister to him, but you sort of get the vibe from the way he treats her. Like, it depends. Sometimes not, but sometimes yes. So there's a lot of similarities there that I see for sure. And I mean, but at the same time, though, Jun and Misaki are very different people. Although maybe in this context, like with their, you know, the girl who's interested in them, maybe they kind of fulfill the same role, you know. So maybe the same tactic will actually work. I don't know what the tactic is though. So far, nothing has worked. I mean, okay, not really. I mean, there are some times when Jun is like, okay, you know, he's noticing something or lets himself notice something. But for the most part, it doesn't seem like we've progressed very much. I mean, please, the thing about how, you know, she wanted to hug him. On the one hand, though, to begin with, I don't think that was the right thing to do, because, like, I mean, the casual touches that he was doing with Tomo, like, she didn't like that because she would take it to mean something else than what Jun would mean it to be. And so doing the same thing to him, I don't think that, I think if anything, it makes your case weaker. But anyway, I mean, it did make him feel something. That's why he said, you know, you can do that. But like, I mean, dude, there's something about him that's so frustrating. I mean, seriously. I don't know. Like, honestly, it feels like we're running into the wall every single time. Like, I don't know if anything is actually happening. I mean, like, on his own terms, we see, like, when we focus on him, like, kind of by himself, we see the little things that he notices. We see the fact that he, you know, that he cares about her, that he looks up to her, that he really admires her, that he notices some things, that he, you know, protects her and everything. Like, we see all that. But it doesn't seem to change anything when it comes to how he treats her, you know, in the moment. But it could be that it's just a matter of it building up, you know, until something cracks. I don't know. But it's kind of frustrating, honestly. And Gundo is as fickle and twisted as ever. She really enjoys the pain of others, especially of June, I guess, and also playing around with Tomo a little bit. But that's how she shows affection, I think, honestly. And the whole thing with like the physical closeness and stuff, I mean, it's a thing that you have to kind of engender, I guess. I'm not much of a hugger, but I have a friend who is. So at some point, you know, she just made it happen. Like, if you wanted to, you just, that's what you do, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if after that attempt at hugging each other, I don't know if they would ever do that again. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Your friendship kind of takes the shape that you give it. So, you know, whatever you want to see it in, I guess you kind of need to try to put that in some way. They were trying. That's what they were trying to do, I guess, to see what works for them. Okay. This show is crazy. Like, funny on the one hand, like very aggravated on the other. So it kind of seems like, honestly, I mean, because it's kind of episodic, and it's not even episodic, it's episodic within the episodes themselves. Like, each part kind of stands on its own, even though there are, like, you can see each episode, like, the parts are kind of connected at the same time, too. But, yeah, because it's that, it feels like we're kind of stepping in place, you know, kind of not really getting anywhere. But we do see, like, little by little, we see parts of, like, you know, a little bit from, like, Tomo trying to make some progress, not really getting anywhere. But June, again, I don't know in terms of his thoughts if it gets, like, if he's actually thinking anything, you know? But maybe. But his actions a little bit, like, do show his actions. Something, yeah, the way he talked to Misaki, you see something opening up a little bit, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Wedding Tear, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Shadows Moon, and Marsh. And to the rest of my amazing Patreons, who without their support I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.